Am I the asshole for telling my friend to shut up about my weight and body type? I, 21F, am 5 feet 1 inch and weigh 90 pounds. I want to be clear, I am perfectly healthy, just small. I have a friend, I will call her M, who is on the slightly larger side. She has told me that the doctor told her she is overweight, but she said she only took that as curvy and proud. I am happy for her that she is comfortable and confident in her skin. I have never said anything bad about her weight or her body shape. I don't see any reason to. It is her body and she is healthy and happy. However, whenever we go out to eat together, she makes countless comments about my weight and body. I will admit, I used to be insecure about my weight because I had a lot of people during school who would make fun of me, write sticky notes and slip them through into my locker, or toss food at me in the lunchroom yelling that the anorexic freak needed to eat something, or if I ever went to the restroom during the school day and someone saw me, they would joke loudly that I went in there to throw up. She constantly makes comments when she sees me eating that I need to fatten up, or no guys would ever be attracted to me. She also says that I am inconsiderate and taking advantage of my skinny privilege if I order dessert anywhere or if I add bacon or cheese to a burger or something. She talks on and on about how I never experienced true hardships like her, and how I could never understand what it feels like to be mocked and made fun of based on your weight, which I feel is a low blow and insensitive of her. But I know from experience that if I ever say anything while she is saying these things, she will turn it on me and say I am turning into one of those ugly skinny bitches. Last week our friend group had a barbecue. M saw me get pie and went on a loud rant to one of our friends about how I was changing and becoming like all the other skinny bitches who flaunt our skinny privilege. I asked her to stop, that I was just trying to enjoy the barbecue and I wasn't doing anything wrong by simply eating. She huffed and said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, 'cause skinny people can never do wrong, huh?" At this point, I was fed up. I told her to just shut up, that I never once flaunted anything, that I can't help how my body shape is. I said how I never once made a comment on anyone else's body or said that my body was better than anyone else's. I also pointed out how it was only me in our whole friend group that she ever made comments to, and she is being just as bad as all those people back in school who had tormented me, that she was being every bit as much of a bully as those people she used to say she hated. She got really mad and left the barbecue. Now I am getting messages from my friends. Some say I was in the right but that I couldn't understand the struggle of being mocked for my body and that I should apologize still to keep the peace. Some are saying that she deserved to be put in her place, and others are saying I was a total awe. I don't really feel bad about standing up for myself. I have asked her countless times not to make comments about my weight and body type and she had continually ignored me about it. I was at my tipping point and I feel like I had a right to defend myself. But maybe there was a better way I could have done it? IDK. Am I the asshole? Edit. Before anyone gets on me or the group for having a barbecue during the pandemic, I promise we were all safe. The barbecue was actually to celebrate the last one of us passing the 2-week mark after their second vaccination shot. So we were all fully vaccinated, plus none of us really go anywhere that would put any of us at risk of being exposed. And there have been no cases in or around our county in quite a long time. I think it has been 2-3 months since the last case in the county here. EDIT2. I see everyone telling me I should drop them or asking why I still consider them friends. I guess I've stayed friends because I never even imagined cutting any of the people in this group out of my life. This group is all friends from middle school and HS. They were the ones who supported me and stayed by me during some of the hardest times in my life. They defended me from the bullying as best as they could have given the situation. They supported me when, during junior year, I got diagnosed with a medical condition that made me have to stop ballet, which had been my passion hobby since I was 3. They checked in on me and stayed with me when my depression and anxiety got bad. They were always there. We all were always there for each other no matter what anyone in the group was going through. We have been through members having cancer, one having it multiple times, abusive relationships, horrible families, everything. So it kills me inside to think that these aren't the same supportive people I love so much. It hurts to think it might be time to cut some of them out of my life and move on. Not the asshole. Body shaming is body shaming, regardless of who it's coming from. That's not your friend. That's someone projecting their shame on you. Cut them off. You deserve friends who celebrate you for who you are. NTA. And she's lying about body positivity. Trash talking you makes her feel better about the lies she tells herself. Not the asshole. I find it a bit funny that she's confident and proud of her body when in reality you can tell she is a bit jealous of your body shape by the way she talks about you. It's one thing for her to feel that way, but she should never being up your weight and say bad things about it. Glad you told it to her straight and didn't say anything negative about her. Not the asshole. She's the asshole, including everyone that supported her and called you ta. You can understand the struggles for being mocked for your weight because she literally mocks you for your weight. Just because she has a problem with her size, does not make you an acceptable whipping boy. If you replace size with any other privilege, you can see how wrong this is. If you were straight and she were gay and she went on and on about how shitty heterosexuals were for random reasons, people would find that offensive. If you were white and she were black and she went on and on about how shitty white people were apropos of nothing, she would be a dick. Same thing. You don't get to trash people to make yourself feel better. She should apologize to you. Not the asshole. I'm sorry, but were your friends even listening? You literally said you were bullied and that you wanted her to stop, and they have the nerve to say you don't understand the hardships. She doesn't know your struggle or what you have had to endure, so she doesn't get a say. I think you need to message your friend and say that body shaming works both ways, and if she can't respect you, then you can't be friends. I have a feeling that being told she is overweight upset her more than she realized, and she's now trying to upset you to make herself feel better. I mean, how would she feel if you ate a piece of cake and said, "I'm working my way up to be a fat chick like you"? You're not the asshole, but maybe re-evaluate some of those friends. Not the asshole. People who body shame you don't deserve to be in your life. You deserve to be happy with who you are and what you make yourself into. Cut the friend out. I suspect she's turning comments about her, from the doctor and others, into jealousy and body shaming at you. Not the asshole. Only overweight people that are truly unhappy with themselves would make such comments. I am overweight myself and have struggled with how I feel about myself in the past, but I have never made anyone feel bad about their weight or body shape. I don't think anyone should bully anyone else on their weight. No matter if you're big or small. Am I the asshole for moving out of my parents' house? So I'm 21F, buying my first home with my fiancé, 22M, later this month. My parents are not happy at all. They absolutely hate the idea of it. They don't want me to move out. They claim I agreed to live with them until I graduated nursing school next year, when I never agreed to anything. We have also been actively looking since November of 2020. They also claim we did it behind their back. They were on vacation when we went to the open house. I texted my mom and told her we were going to look at it. We fell in love with it. We wanted my parents to see it before we put an offer in, so we arranged to come back a week later for them to see it. We went to the open house on a Saturday and we were going back the following Sunday. Our realtor called me on Thursday and said there are other offers put in and we should put one in before Sunday. So after I got off of work, we went to the house to put an offer in. The seller accepted our offer. I texted my mom all throughout the week about the house and any updates. Since it was late at night when we put the offer in, 8 p.m., I decided I would tell her Friday morning. My parents are also big drinkers, so I didn't want to tell them when they were drunk. So I called my mom Friday morning to tell her, and she was so upset. She said, "Well, congratulations, I guess," and that's it. Her and my dad have made negative, smart comments about it every day. I get over that encounter. Then about 3 weeks ago my dad came home drunk. He started freaking out on me. He walked in the door and it was instant yelling. He said, "I know what bank you're going through and I'll make sure the loan doesn't go through." He degraded my fiancé and I and was talking very horribly on our home. He said my fiancé's electrical work is shitty, said our home isn't worth $80,000, said we couldn't afford it, and was just completely nasty about it. I didn't talk to my dad for a couple days after that. But they are just not happy at all for us. We are so excited to finally have our own home. We are so excited to finally started our own life together. We have been together for 4 years now and have a dog together. We just want them to be happy and supportive, but it's not happening. So, am I the asshole for moving out? Edit. Hi everybody. It's been a little crazy this evening with our dog at the vet's. So to answer some questions, I suppose. I do not pay for like anything at my house. My parents are very well off and I would consider them upper middle class. They have bought a lot of the things I own, but about 2 years ago I started buying my own stuff so they couldn't hold it against me. I pay for my cell phone, but it's on my fiancé's plan anyway. I've been on his plan since 3 years ago. I don't have a car payment since I did buy it outright last year. Also, our home isn't $80,000, it's $125,000, but my parents think it's not even worth $80,000. I don't understand where they get that from when it's fairly updated, new carpets, paint, etc. The kitchen is small and semi-outdated, but we're not worried about it. All we eat is ramen noodles, so we don't care rolling on the floor laughing. In case my other comment got lost, this behavior isn't uncommon. They are very controlling. My mom said to me that I couldn't get any more tattoos, piercings until I move out. Anything that I do that they don't like, they will tell and give me the silent treatment. It has happened before. My dad has gotten physical with me, which I then got physical back because I am not afraid and will always stand my ground. He has gotten physical with my sister, 23F, as well, and I have stepped in. They are honestly borderline alcoholics, I just try not to believe it. Edit 2. Wow. Thank you all so much for your support. I'm in tears right now. This is the most support we've gotten from anybody, and you're all strangers. To add on, we have already agreed that we don't want their help moving and that they are not welcome in our home unless their behavior changes. We don't want anybody there who has not been supportive of us. This is one of the most exciting times for us. We want to be happy and free of any negativity. Not the asshole. But stop updating them. They want to continue to control you and you're providing the information they'll use to stop you. Info diet ASAP. I bet when you get space from this, you'll realize other things they've done to coerce you to make decisions aligned with what they want for you. Make sure that they are off all of your bank accounts, and I'd start making sure your mail is strictly online. If you're on their car insurance, phone plan, etc., start shopping around. Get a hold of your ID and documents, passport, birth certificate, anything else you'll need, and store it safely or with your fiancé. They are going to think ahead about how to stop you, and you need to be 2 steps ahead of them. Your parents suck. Not the asshole. Edited to add. A father who walks in the door yelling at you and threatening to sabotage your loan isn't a big drinker, that's alcoholic behavior. Get out ASAP. If I were you after that, I'd be no contact for a good, long time. I'm sorry you have to deal with that, op. Not the asshole. After turning 18 you can move out whenever you like for whatever reason. Not the asshole. Your parents sound really toxic, and I think you getting some distance will be good for you. You are an adult. You don't need their approval for anything. Frankly, I think you'll be much better off without some of their toxic patterns. Not the asshole. You're an adult, you gotta leave some time. Perhaps they are worried about financial implications? But still dick move on their part, especially your dad. Congrats on the new home, by the way. Not the asshole. In fact, this highlights why it's wise to do so. This is manipulative and toxic. Good grief, get out ASAP. Can you stay with your fiancé now? They are mean drunks who are reacting badly to the loss of their little girl at home. Someone they can control, someone to take the focus off each other, who knows? Stop trying to include them and you're moving your life forward. When they grow up, maybe they'll come to you and apologize for their initial attitude. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. They sound extremely overbearing. Am I the asshole for canceling my wedding? Edit. I'm floored, honestly, at how much traction this has gotten in the past few hours. I can't begin to thank you all enough for your words of kindness and guidance in this very strange time. When I made this post, I think I had expected to get more of a mixed response, but reading all of the not the assholes come in has admittedly thrown me for a loop. I've since subbed to many of the subreddits recommended to me by other survivors of narcissistic parents and cannot thank you enough for y'all taking time out of your day to reach out. Jose and I will be remaining NC with my mother and family going forward and can't wait until the smaller, more intimate wedding this Saturday. For some needed context that's popped up in the comments a few times. The car ride I went on with my mother was not while she was drunk. In trying to meet the character limit on the post, I neglected to mention this was on a separate day from the shower. I apologize if that's mislead anyone. Original post below. Over the past year and a half, my fiancé, Jose, M27, and I, F25, have been planning a wedding for July of 2021. We've been together for 10 years and have lived together for 3 years. Jose and I both don't like the pomp and circumstance of weddings, and we're hoping to have a low-key, inexpensive one. My family, however, wanted something bigger. My mother has expressed to me just how much she's living through me in having this wedding. I have expressed to her plenty that social situations trigger my anxiety. She doesn't care. Jose and I gave in last year and agreed to marry in a church and have the big reception she wanted. Jose made sure if we were going to do this, my parents would pay for both the venue and the church fee. They agreed. Planning was stressful, and it caused a lot of tension between Jose and I. It turns out the stress wasn't coming from the planning itself, it was the wedding as a whole. With my therapist's help, We identified that being a bride embodied many things my mother berated me for growing up and acted as triggers for my CPTSD. I came forward with my reservations to my mother. Her response was to gaslight me about my therapist's diagnoses and insist on the wedding happening the way we planned it. She joked that I could take some CBD or have a drink to stay calm during the wedding. She has also begun drinking to avoid confronting her feelings and regards it as the only thing she has that's hers. She does not take it seriously, and my father won't help. I found out that the private conversations I have had with my father about her drinking were shared with her. It got bad enough that at my bridal shower, she had 18 beers and berated my sister-in-law for calling her out on drunkenly shit-talking my brother to family. Mind you, Jose's side of the family does not drink as they've lost their grandfather to alcoholism. I feel horrible they were put in the position of having to watch her. When trying to make amends between my sil and her, she decided to take me on a car ride in which she screamed at, gaslit, and berated me for, accusing her of being an alcoholic. She apologized for this half-heartedly, expecting me to forgive her and move on. As a result, I've gone no contact with her. Jose and I made calls and cancelled the big wedding altogether and are instead going to quietly get married at the courthouse this Saturday with a small group present. Half of the deposit from the venue was non-refundable, but we decided to take a small personal loan to make sure we don't owe my parents anything at the end of this. His side of the family is completely on board, while mine is sending emails and pleading with me to be a better person and make up with her. I know I've made a lot of missteps in this. I should have set my boundaries much earlier in this mess and stayed firm in not having the wedding. I wanted to hear from an unbiased party whether I'm being unreasonable. Am I the asshole? Your family are the asshole here. They forgot that the wedding is about the bride and groom and not everyone there. In extreme case, it may also extend to being about the kids if they're really young and really important to the relationship, but probably not applicable here. Anyways, the moment you had reservations, your mom should have dropped everything to figure out a way to accommodate your concerns. When she fled from her duty to do that, she lost her right to complain about any of this. Enjoy your courthouse wedding op. Sorry for all the strife. Not the asshole. Why is it the person wronged has to be the bigger person? Just do what's best for you and your partner. Not the asshole. You did this for her, when it's supposed to be about you and Jose. Then she wrecked it with her behavior, and you cancelled it. I wouldn't even have taken out a loan to pay her back. She ruined this, not you. You are not unreasonable. You've been far too reasonable for far too long. Imagine how your mother would be, drunk, at your wedding. It would be a horrible day that would feed into your anxieties about a big wedding. No, you're doing the right thing, and congrats on the nuptials. When your family is ready to behave, you can have a backyard barbecue party and invite them over to celebrate after the fact. If they can't behave and be happy for you, you're still happily married. Not the asshole. Your mother's a case. 18 beers at a bridal shower? That sounds humiliating for you. I'd hate to see how she handled her alcohol at the wedding reception. Anyway, you and Jose made the right choice, and it sounds like you have a healthy relationship. Best wishes for your future. Not the asshole. It's your wedding. She madded about her and her behavior is atrocious. Get married the way you want. I didn't, and it still annoyed me 5 years later. My mother has expressed to me just how much she's living through me in having this wedding. There is so much wrong with this statement. Your mother is a soul vampire, making this about her while it really is about you. You only have this one life, go use it yourself. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. It's your marriage and wedding. There's no way for your mom to redo her wedding, and it's not your job to give her a big family wedding experience. Good luck to you and your fiancé. Not the asshole, and the person wronged should not have to be the bigger person and give in to the abusive manipulations of the abuser. You do you. Congratulations and good luck. AITA. For not wanting a relationship with my mom's married boyfriend. Background. My mom and divorced in 2018, and in the middle of 2019 my husband and I moved into the family home with my mom to save money to buy a house. We do pay rent here, just not at market value. We are currently in the home buying process right now. We are both in our 30s. In late 2019 my mom met a man at her 40th high school reunion. She told me about him because they were talking a lot, and I learned that he was married and had 2 adult children and a grandkid. My mom said he was just a nice guy, but the bathroom shirtless selfie told me otherwise. Skip to now. His wife kicked him out in late February of this year due to him deleting Facebook messages. I know, so he has been staying here off and on. His wife and he are going through a divorce now, and she also knows about my mom. This affair was hidden for about a year, and it was actively hidden. I have heard him telling my mom to not text him at certain times so his wife would not find out. I say this to point out that my mom was perfectly okay with all this, and it wasn't like she didn't know about his other family. So in another sense, he is staying here not because he chose my mom but because his wife kicked him out. I've brought this up, but my mom has really justified this situation to the death, so she just keeps saying, "I don't know the whole story. I was introduced to him and said, 'Hi, but I am not really friendly, and I have to admit I'm really uncomfortable about him living here. But it's not my house, so I don't have any say. My husband has refused to meet him or say hi.' This man came up behind my husband and stuck out his hand and said my husband's name, and my husband literally swooped around him and went to his room. I thought this was rude, but that was my husband's choice. I cannot make him say hi to someone he doesn't want to. I would like to point out that she never really told us that he would be living here. She said that he would be staying over, but she doesn't know how long. He's been here every week and most every other weekend since. Since then, my mom has told me that my husband has to move out. Regardless of if we are buying a house, he cannot be here anymore. It's her house and she won't have him not interacting with her boyfriend like that. I get it. I am not fighting that. He is going to move and stay with his parents while we look for a house. The issue is my mom is also upset with me because I'm not being all open arms to this relationship. My brother has told me that he doesn't want this man to meet his new baby either or have a relationship with him. My mom is very upset, saying that all the people closest to her are shunning this person that she loves so much, and it hurts her so badly. She actually started crying today about it. I don't know what to say. I understand she loves this person. However, I have my own reservations. I am someone who values marriage, committed relationships, and I don't really respect people who cheat. I get that there are many reasons for people to cheat, but I just don't really respect that. I feel like I'm being made to feel bad about my own feelings toward the situation, or that I'm in the wrong for wanting nothing to do with it. My mom has also let me know that her boyfriend's own son is also at odds with him about this situation, so I'm not the only one feeling like this. But she is calling me judgmental, which maybe I am. But I'm sorry that I just don't feel like forming a relationship with this person at this time in my life. Am I the asshole for not being more inviting to this person my mom is with? Side question. Is my mom the asshole for getting mad that my reaction to her relationship is the way it is? Not the asshole. But she is calling me judgmental, which maybe I am. I mean, yeah, she got involved with a married man and significantly contributed to the breakup of a marriage, even if it wasn't a particularly functional or happy marriage before she entered the picture. People are going to have thoughts on that. She needs to drop the happily ever after fantasies and justifications that have carried her through the affair, and accept those thoughts likely won't be positive. Play homewrecker games, win homewrecker prizes. She's reaping what she showed. You're not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your mom is sleeping on the bed she made. Does she really think that family should just open up their arms to a morally bankrupt person? If she wants to do that, that's on her. But others have their own moral compass, and what he did is a red line many don't want to cross. Your mom is crying and hurt because no one accepts him? Cry me a river, those crocodile tears. Imagine his actual wife, the tears she shed and the feelings of betrayal and hurt because of his cheating ways. Imagine the hurt he's caused his family, and now he's in your family causing even more strife and schisms. This man is bad news. A rotten apple. Wouldn't surprise me if he left your mother for another woman once he gets settled. The man has zero morals. She will definitely get what's coming, and that's 100% on her. Not the asshole. It's your choice who you want to associate with in your life. Unfortunately, your mom is making negative decisions due to what I can only assume is loneliness. I would say move with your husband to his parents and give her some space. I think it makes sense that you and your husband are uncomfortable around him. Someone actively cheating on and deceiving his wife doesn't exactly put out trustworthy or considerate vibes. You and your husband sound level-headed about respecting the house as your mom's. I understand that she feels betrayed and wants those around her to celebrate the love she's found, but maybe she's just a bit too hung up on feeling desired to realize that this connection is not exactly desirable. You can share that you are rooting for her happiness and explain that you are uncomfortable with the decisions made in establishing a connection to the detriment of an innocent committed partner and mother. Establish boundaries that emphasize connecting with your mom and don't involve her partner. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Also, was your husband rude? Sure. But big kudos to him for not kissing ass and playing nice with someone he doesn't need to respect, especially a cheater. She's the affair partner, the mistress, what does she expect? You're not little kids but grown adults who know right from wrong. Having an affair and breaking up a marriage is wrong. Not the asshole. Tell your mom the best she can expect is for everyone in the family is to be civil to this man, not warm, friendly and inviting. You're not the asshole and neither is your mom, really. This reunion sex clown is sowing chaos wherever he goes and you're all paying the price. This guy sounds like my ex who kept bouncing from living situation to living situation, manipulating women into providing safe haven for his inability to take responsibility for his behavior after burning his bridges in each place. The chances of this guy doing the exact same thing to your mom is pretty high, and you're under no obligation to hang around and watch. Edit. To clarify whom is precisely Ta.